It's Sunday and I've got approximately 7 days before the exam. I decided to stop what I was doing, starting from the schemes, the summaries of a friend. I think that this subject can actually be summarized better in a more logic way. I basically created an Excel paper. I've been able to make things look easier or at least more in order, more logic. I think schemes work better if you are the one who makes them, alright? So studying from other people's schemes is not really useful sometimes. Today I will finish including all the bacteria I've studied until now in here. Tomorrow I will go on. Maybe with this method I will be able to study more. I have been struggling with studying 6 pages a day because there are 6 pages full of information. It's difficult to find the proper information in the paper my friend prepared. I really hope this method is gonna work and that I will be learning in a faster way. Fingers crossed. I'm not very anxious, but I feel like I need to take the most from each day. However, today I'm not doing a lot because I do not really feel focused. I do not really feel like I want to study, to learn things. So I think it was a good decision to use today as a way to elaborate information I should have learned. Second day of fight camp. I'm really tired of studying. It's 7:30 p.m. I wanted to relax, but I think I haven't done enough today, so I will go on till dinner. I'm completing the schemes. Tomorrow I will finish them. On the following day I will hopefully start reviewing everything over and over again. I do not feel like I have the mental energy and will to record a video properly. That's why I'm recording these short videos, just because this is actually an important part of my life, the studying part. I want to report it properly, so that's why I'm gonna tell you about how I study, about all my reflections, and yeah, I think I can do it. I will do it. But for now, I'm still in a phase in which I do not really know a lot of the subject. I will catch up in the following days for sure. So let's go. Just finished my meditation session, my hype session, because I'm listening to some NFL chants before starting. So I got hyped up. I'm ready to study. I'm gonna smash today's session, and hopefully, not hopefully, this evening I will go watch Joker 2. It's Friday. I got 2 days left. I'm still finishing up my schemes. I hope I am acquiring some information while doing that, because I will not have enough time. Well, maybe it will be enough, hopefully, but I will not have a lot of time to review them, to read them. I've had a little mental breakdown because I wanted to do much more in a much faster way. I've been spending a lot of time on things I thought I could do in a few days. I thought I could do better. I wanted a better performance. I thought I could give more. I spoke to my girlfriend about that, and she reminded me that the important thing is to keep going, to be grateful for your accomplishments, even for little accomplishments, and that our best is not always the same, which is something I truly believe in, but that apparently I forgot about. So my 100% for today may not be the same of yesterday or tomorrow. So the important thing is to be here, to study, to do my things in the best way possible. After all, it's a difficult exam. I'm preparing this in just 1 month. A lot of people prepare it in 2 or 3 months. I expected more, but I'm still giving all my best, I think.
It's 6:30 on Friday and I have finished right now all the schemes, I gotta learn all of this in 2 days. I didn't want to do this video centered totally on this exam, but actually studying is a large, important part of my life. I'm not really happy about that. I'm pretty exhausted. I'm so tired of this life as a student. I'm just tired of studying for an exam. It doesn't represent the opportunity to prove your knowledge. Because, at least for me, for my classmates, for my university, it depends mostly on the professors. There are professors who are, I don't want my happiness to depend on things like this that are not really my power. The moment when you wonder, will I make it? Will I overcome this obstacle, this challenge? Sometimes it doesn't seem that you can actually do that. But my opinion is, what's better to think that you can do it or not? I've tried both ways and I've come to the decision that it's always better to believe. Will these 2 days be enough to memorize everything I need to know in order to pass the exam? I do not know. I do not know if they will be enough. What I can say is that I think it's possible. What I can say is I will try everything I can to make it possible, to make it real. And with this dedication, this willpower, this mindset, the courage to go there, even if you know you don't know everything, but to go there and to speak confidently can make the difference. It really can. I've proven this multiple times. I was wondering why it's so challenging preparing exams. I think it's challenging not only because you do not know until the very end if you're doing things properly. It's challenging also because it places you against you. Because there's the part of you who plans, and then there's the part of you who must follow the plan. So it's like you become your own boss. This depends, of course, on who you are, but my boss is pretty tough, wants my soul. And sometimes he doesn't plan things very well, like he did these days. If you do not follow the plan because you're lazy or because the plan is wrong, you feel in doubt. I feel like some resistance right now to study. Maybe it's because I'm tired, I've been studying all day. Maybe I just go too deep sometimes. 1 p.m. I'm about to have a small lunch before the exam, which is at 3 p.m. and still I have to study the parasites, which will be asked from another professor, different from the one who will ask the part about bacteria, viruses, mushrooms. So I have just 1 hour, more or less. I'm trying to maximize my chances, so in the remote case I will have a lot of luck. I could pass this exam, but honestly I do not think my preparation is enough. Still, I am gonna face my fear, as I've done multiple times. This one I feel like it's a bit stronger. At the same time, I know that I have done everything I could. I've done anything in my power to maximize my chances, and I'm still doing that. So I think I can be proud for what I've done with the time I've had. If I will not make it, it will be mainly because I didn't have enough time. Yesterday I've spent all day studying, the day before the same, and I think I've done pretty much everything I could. In the end, I don't know if I will win this time. I don't think I will win, but at least I've done everything I could to be at peace with myself. I feel like I'm going to commit a harakiri, seppuku. I'm a bit anxious right now, but I've done everything I could. If he does breathe oxygen, and I think so, I do not fear him or her. I cannot fear him or her. I just finished the exam. I am not disappointed, I'm just a bit stressed. I still feel the stress from, these days of intense studying, and also because of how the professor was. First of all, the exam was at 3 p.m. I was there near the classroom half an hour earlier, while the professor arrived like at 3:45, and he stayed on the first floor while the classroom was on the third floor. And I was there waiting for people with some other students, but they were all at the first floor with him, who was checking those who were present, who would have done the exam. His assistant came to us, opened the classroom, and told us to go downstairs. We went there, and he was like angry at us because he said, "Oh, you should have waited here like all the others." And we were like, "Professor, we came earlier, and your assistant," I asked her, "told us to go there. Like, everybody in the group told us, chill, it doesn't take such a big effort to put a V and not an X on the side of a name, alright?" He was like, "No, you will not do the exam today." I was like, is it for real? What the fuck, man? What's wrong with you? Then he told us, "Okay, so you two will be the first." Like a punishment. It really sounded like he was threatening us. He called first this girl. I was doing the other part of the exam, the parasitology part, with the other professor. And she basically asked me the toxoplasma, which is like one of the few parasites I would have been able to talk about. And in fact, I was able to tell something about toxoplasma and toxoplasmosis. Even though it wasn't all correct, and I didn't know some things, I think I passed that part. I think it was enough. Meanwhile, the professor was still asking questions to this girl. He kept her for like 30 minutes, while my exam with the parasitology professor lasted about 7 minutes. In fact, she went on and on. She examined like 4 students, and he was still at 1. Anyways, he made this girl cry. Then it was my turn. Honestly, I didn't think I passed this part. Unfortunately, they do not tell you if it's sufficient, if it's enough, if you passed. I don't know when I will learn about that. But doesn't matter, because right now I'm not gonna go back on studying. My girlfriend is coming in a few days. I'm gonna stay with her. I'm gonna have some good time. Then I will go back at studying, focus again, probably, because I don't think I passed this. I hope so, but I do not really want to believe. I want to stay positive. I want to attract positive things, but honestly I do not think it was sufficient. I was telling you about how exactly the exam went. Basically, I told him everything I could, everything I remembered. There were some things I remembered at first, then while I was talking, they disappeared from my mind. What I discovered was real, is that this professor is actually a bully. You can see by the look on his face that he really likes when you do not answer, or when you do not answer properly, which is basically impossible because he asks things which are very specific. And by the way, I think I can understand people. And this is a person who will be able to find the wrong thing even in a correct discourse. Even a microbiologist could have difficulties with this exam. I am really happy and I'm so proud of myself because I was able to stay calm, relaxed. I was in complete chill. I was like, whatever. I think if I pass this exam, the main reason will be that he doesn't want to see me anymore. He doesn't want to see me again. But unfortunately, I don't think this will be enough. Because, it really felt like the prince of all of those professors who like their job because they feel empowered. They feel empowered and they torture students. I made all of this impossible because when he was telling me, was asking me some very weird and specific questions, I was like, I don't know. sorry. When he was telling me, it's not like you told me, without giving me any advice, without giving me anything to help me, I was like, oh, yeah, I was wrong. So, should we go on? How does it work? I don't think he was satisfied about this. He also made fun of me, obviously, but I laughed with him. I was like, ah, yeah, that's true. I said such a stupid thing. So, I'm pretty proud of myself. I think this person is a bad person, but I did my job and I'm happy about that. We'll see about the results, if I will be condemned to death or not. Anyway, it's possible to pass it.